Alright, this is probably the worst vlog thing I've ever done. I don't know if you can hear me, but there's a freaking horse having a swim. That is so cool. It's kind of hard to see with the backlighting, but this is really cool. Have you ever seen a horse swimming? Oh, really cool angle here. Maybe if we can pick it up. Wow.
This is awesome!
Wow. That is so cool. That's so sick. Very cool. Get a bit of foreground. Hope that one could be seen. All right. Well, that was a different way to start a video, seeing a horse swimming. What do you think of that? You don't see a horse in the water every day. Alrighty, hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about the Olympus OM-10 and my experiences with this camera so far, as well as some thoughts on it at the end. So the Olympus OM-10, it was manufactured after the very successful line of Olympus cameras, the OM-1, 2, 3 and 4. These cameras were dedicated and sort of targeted towards a more professional line of photographers, whereas the OM-10 was targeted more towards the general consumer. Olympus did a really good job of manufacturing this camera for the general consumer because they took away one major feature, and I'm going to show you a clip and I'm going to challenge you to see if you can figure out what exactly is the major difference between this camera and any other SLR camera of the same era. So here's my Nikon F2 and here's my OM-10, and I want you to look closely to see if you can find the major difference between these two cameras. Leave a comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. So did you see the differences? I hope me sitting on this frog isn't too distracting, but felt right, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, this camera doesn't have a shutter speed dial. Olympus did a really good job at taking away one of the critical features of taking an image, and they made this camera aperture priority, which is quite unique. You don't see too many aperture priority film cameras out in the market, and because of this camera's kind of developed a really big following. Now, this wouldn't be an Olympus OM-10 discussion without talking about the optional extra that is the manual adapter. Olympus had the right idea in creating a little attachment that gave you shutter speed control, and they made it through this little adapter that plugs into this little knob just near the rewind crank. And it is this manual adapter that makes this camera what I think is the best camera for pretty much anybody out there. The manual adapter gives you control of shutter speeds from 1 second to 1/1000th of a second, and really opens up the camera to be a more enthusiast's camera. There are other small differences on this make that I find quite quirky. One of them is that the film release knob is on the front of the camera and you actually have to twist it. There's a little arrow to show you which way to twist it. Another thing that I find quite helpful is on the rewind crank, that same little arrow is present so you know which way you want to twist the knob. Outside of those differences, the rest of the camera is a pretty basic setup. It's a 35mm SLR after all. They keep things nice and easy. But enough talk, let's go and shoot this camera. It's a lot of fun. And at the end, I'm gonna share with you my final thoughts on this camera, who it's for, what I love about it, and whether or not I think you should buy it. Hey there. Hi. Can I get a photo of you guys? Yeah, sure, go ahead. 3, 2, 1. That was so epic over there. Yeah, cool, isn't it? That was absolutely so awesome. Yeah, she loves the horse so much. That's so cool. Are you allowed to just take horses out and about around here, or?
We know yet, so we do.
No, love that.
Wherever dogs go, we normally take them.
It's just a big dog.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so cool. That was actually so cool. That's epic.
Well, hopefully that's a good photo from that.
Oh, I hope so.
Have a good one.
See ya. Have a nice evening. Oh. I think I butchered it. No! All right. Real talk time. Here is one of the things that I didn't think would actually happen. And I'm an idiot because it has happened to me. But on this camera, there's a little knob here. I don't know if you can see it, but I didn't switch it from manual adapter mode to auto mode. So all of those photos that I took of that horse could be completely out of whack. And I really hope that is not the case. It probably is, but that's what I get for being an idiot. So real quick, I just want to go over what happened. I was under the impression that having this switch, which dictates whether the camera's in manual adapter mode or auto mode, actually just stuffed up all my photos. But in reality, as you will have already seen, it didn't. Good on you, OM-10, for keeping idiots like myself accountable and having my back there. Back to the video. Let's at least try and save it and get a cool one of this. Man, I really hope I didn't stuff up those photos. Alrighty, so final thoughts on the Olympus OM-10. I have had a really great time shooting with this camera. I think the fact that it shoots in aperture priority, it is such a lightweight body, and pretty much anybody can use this camera is what makes it so great. I feel like you're really far away. The fact that it shoots in aperture priority and is such a small and lightweight camera makes it perfect for taking it absolutely anywhere, and absolutely anybody can shoot this thing as well. Very simple to use. It's a very easy gateway to get into shooting 35mm film. And for people who are a little more seasoned shooting film or taking photos in general, there is appeal for you as well. I've been finding that with this camera, I can focus more on composition and subject matter and finding story within images, rather than having to hone my craft using all 3 points of the exposure triangle. This camera is very refreshing for me to use. I love being able to just focus on composition and really work on that. I love being able to focus just on the story within the image as well. Please excuse all the wildlife around me, but it is a beautiful afternoon. I can understand why everybody is here and why all the birds are having a great time as well. But all in all, this camera is awesome. I would highly recommend this camera to absolutely anybody who is looking to buy one. If you are looking to buy one, Try and find an example that has the manual adapter, as these adapters are going up in price. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Olympus OM-10. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this camera. And if you have any images you've taken on this, share them to me on Instagram. I'll leave a link down below. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.